A very good evening to you all. Yes, we're about to launch a brand new one-day special, but before I do that, just a reminder, of course, we've got an event going on. It's International Quilting Event. It started this morning at 7 o'clock. What I'm holding here in my hands is absolutely gorgeous, actually. This is going to be part of the prize that we will be giving away to some lucky winner on Sunday. At about 11:45, we will announce that winner. Now, all you need to do is purchase during one of the soft craft shows. You'll be automatically entered. The only thing that won't count is if you join in the Freedom Club. That doesn't count. But any other purchase, you will be entered automatically. Now, let's show you that mega bundle. This will be added, I promise you. Look at that. We've got so much in here. We really, really have. I can see all sorts there. Fat quarters, there's jelly rolls or charm packs. There's all sorts of goodies and accessories up for grabs, isn't there? Now, National Quilting Day is actually on Saturday, but the event, as I say, is already running. And that's why, when it comes to a show like this, not only have we got the most amazing one-day special, we've got that prize, but even better than that, we've got Natasha with us. Here she is.
Hi, how are you?
Cracking away. I'm very well, thank you.
Good, good, good.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
Do you know what? We should be. We really should be, because we have a real quilting community in this country, and it is a thriving community. And what I love about quilters is that they are just so generous. And this is what I found with the gentleman that we are launching today. I say gentlemen because it's plural. This is fabric from the Kaffe Fassett collective, which is of course Kaffe Fassett himself, but also Brandon Mabley and Philip Jacobs. They are the three designers, and then Kaffe swoops in and brings his incredible eye to colour to the fabrics. But the three very different styles that they bring together is phenomenal. And they have been, on a personal note, they have been so incredibly generous to me with their time, their education, showing me about colour, educating me. I couldn't be more grateful to them, because I've just learnt so much. And they do that around the world, and especially as we are at the moment, they do lots of online lectures and things like that. So they're just the best people. They're some of my favourite people.
Oh, how wonderful.
And so it's always an absolute thrill and a privilege to be able to bring their fabrics to wear.
And we can see, Natasha, that you so genuinely mean that as well. This is the brand new collective from February 2021. Now, everything, just to give you the date, first of all, dispatched from the 4th of April, which isn't that far away at all. Now, as always, when it comes to these shows, we do have different options for you as well. So what we're going to give you, first of all, is the one-day special, and there are 4 different options. Now, what we've got here are fat quarters, but these are US size fat quarters. Now, there's 10 in each option. So first of all, we're looking at this wonderful bundle here. This is your fuchsia. Gorgeous. I mean, there's much more than fuchsia in there, but they are just stunning, aren't they?
I went for reds and oranges and warm tones. There are 65 different fabrics in this collection.
Wow.
So when I was tasked with just putting 10 together, where do you start? It was really hard / amazing. So I thought, right, okay, I'm going to do them in sort of colour families. And so these are, if you love your warm tones, if you love those rich tones, but of course this is Kaffe Fassett, so you've got all the colours in there. Look at those feathers. They've got bright greens and oranges and purples, but then, oh, it's a shame that one's covered up. Can I flip it?
Oh.
Look at that.
Do you know what? I was told to be very careful. Don't touch in case they fall over. But look, you've got to see that.
You've got to see it.
You've got to see it.
I'll see if I've got a ½ metre of it in here somewhere, because it's just the most stunning. It's peonies, but you've got this this two-tone background, which is so beautiful, and then you've got this incredible peony in the middle, and then this bright blue centre to it, on what is effectively pinks, purples and reds. It's just stunning.
Gorgeous. So that is your fuchsia. The next one, I've been a bit naughty, just to reverse a little bit more. Tropical Illusion. Again, you've got that enormous flower there.
Look at its
These
peonies.
are
Beautiful.
divine.
Yeah, they are.
Really, really are. So this is your tropical. Again, you've got those 10 fat quarters. Remember, these are US fat quarters. We're just having a scan across there as well. We've got 2 more options to go for. I can tell you we are already so busy as well. Not even giving the details yet, but just you're falling in love with these straight away. And why wouldn't you? When you saw the title to the one-day special, you knew you were going to get something very special. Now the next option, we've got emerald for you. So of course, you know this is going to contain those greens, but you've got so much more than the greens in there as well. Look at the purples in this. I've got to say, I'm so drawn to these florals.
I know.
I really am.
That's the work of Philip Jacobs. And Philip will always have sort of 5 different collections on the go, some of his own, some that he will then take to Kaffe. So he sees Kaffe for about 4 hours every year. They call it Kaffe's Christmas. And he will bring his portfolio, and he already has an idea of which ones he wants to offer up to Kaffe. Kaffe will go through and he'll find the ones that sit beautifully with his collection as he sees it. And it just, the symphony between the two just works absolutely incredibly. That's another Philip Jacobs one there and there. And but to the biggest compliment I think that you can give another artist is to hand over your work and say, do the colouring on it.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what Philip Jacobs does to Kaffe, because he rates Kaffe as the best colourist in the world right now. That's quote, actually quoting Philip. He said to me,
how wonderful.
Kaffe is the best colourist in the world.
Well, we've got one more option for you, and I can tell you, this is already in the lead. I am not surprised. I certainly am not surprised. 20% of the stock when it comes to the blue option has already gone. Straight away, you can see those wonderful designs again here, those gorgeous blues with greens. You've got lime greens in there, the pinks, the purples, there's the deep red in there. I've just got to reveal the feathers a little bit more in a second as well. I know we've just sort of skipped past those. Look at these florals again, the centre there, the centre of those flowers with the pink. Doesn't that stand out? I don't know if we can just come back to these feathers just for a moment. I'm just going to carefully peel away.
If not, I am demoing with them first.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised you've gone for this one. These are absolutely stunning, aren't they? So there's your 4 options. So for the one-day special, there is a saving of £8. Remember, you're getting 10 US fat quarters in each selection there. £34.49. Once your discount is taken away. Item number is 028119. Now, what you can also do is carry over those savings. So, if you think we've got 4 options there, you take £8, 1 for each option, that's £32. Carry that over and put on top another £8 when it comes to savings, and you can have everything. All 4 of those. That means you are getting 40 individual fat quarters there. Not only that, we're going to split this 3 ways for you as well. So that brings, of course, the payments down. It spreads it out for you. You can see the details on the screen, and it works out at just £42.66. That's one now, one in a month's time, another in a month's time. You are loving this as well. Almost 20% of the stock of the full collection has gone. Most of you going for that straight away. 845816 is the item number if you're going for the full collection. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? But of course, do remember there is other bonuses here available as well. Now, anybody purchasing anything that we just mentioned, the one-day special or the collection or anything else that's on the show, you will automatically be entered into the prize draw for, of course, our mega bundle, which will be drawn on Sunday. Now, we do have other items for you, and I want to get to Natasha as soon as possible for demonstration, but I've got to tell you all about the half-metre pick and mix. Now, here behind me, we have got so many beautiful designs again. You can choose any 2 when it comes to the pick and mix. So half a metre, but that means you're getting a full metre for $15.99. That's a really great price, isn't it? Brand new today, 983631. Shall we go through the names? Where shall I start? Right at the far end. So we've got Pebble Mosaic Jungle. Pebble Mosaic Prune is the second one. Jumble Bubblegum, I like that name. Jumble Prune. Jumble Royal. Jumble Ruby. Now we've got Shark's Teeth in Pine, Chips Aqua, Chips Fog, Chips Rose. Oh, I feel I need to do a reveal. Banana Tree in Black. Isn't that gorgeous? Next one, Hydrangea Black. I do feel I've got to reveal these a little bit. Garland Dark is the next one. Garland Tawny is the one with the oranges. Button Mosaic is the green that we've got there. We've also got it in the orange, so Button Mosaic Orange and Button Mosaic Purple. Then moving on again, Damask Flower in Brown, We've got the magenta for you. We've also got the purple. Then we've got moss flower in ochre. And get ready for these. Oh, the feathers autumn. Isn't that beautiful? And then we've got the cactus flower. The gorgeous colours in that one as well. Half a metre of each. Pick any two. $15.99. Wow. Good luck choosing your favourites here. Absolutely good luck. You can go for more than one if you wish. 983631 is the item and we're extremely busy already. But without further ado, let's go over to Natasha. Where are we starting, Natasha?
Oh, do you know, I've planned quite a short demo for this hour because I knew that we had so many fabrics to ooh and ah over because they're absolutely stunning. We've got classics in there that we're used to and every time they come in a different colourway. And I thought, why not do something? I've gone for a lot of scrap savvy projects for you today because you'll do your big projects. You might do like a strippy quilt or you might do a large full piece bag and we can show you all of those. But what about if we look at patchworking and things like that? Now these are the blues. Gorgeous. They've got lots of the blues in there. And you know, there are all of those elements. So these were fun. A lot of these are in the blues that you've got there, and then there are some from the pick and mix. That was the line. The lining is the chips that you've got in the pick and mix. You know, they're all in there. So the beautiful thing is that you can mix and match them. I mean, I've still got to sew on a handle.
Oh, how sweet is that?
But you know, and these are made with what we call hexiforms. So they're padded. Instead of using paper for English paper piecing, it's like a wadding that you use instead.
I understand.
So really, really handy.
I've got to say, Natasha, we are so busy. Can I just very briefly just butt in for a second, because when it comes to the full collection, a whole quarter has already gone. We are so busy out there. Do not hesitate on these. Don't miss out. You will not be disappointed. Sorry about that, Natasha.
No. I'm fully expecting it. Fully expecting it. So the thing is, for me, it's a matter of do your big projects first. Yeah. Throw nothing away. Nothing away. They are 2-inch squares on that bag.
Amazing.
So you know that's a 2.5 inch, just over 2.5 inch square that you've got on those. Maybe you've just got, you know, a strip of fabric left, in which case you've got enough for your cork wristlet bag. I
adore that. That looks absolutely beautiful.
But it's just a strip. I mean, hang on, let me just measure that. I think it's, right side of the ruler is going to help. 4-inch strip.
Do you know, sometimes I think as well with fabrics like this that are so absolutely beautiful, just using those smaller amounts just draws your eye straight to the design and you don't miss anything about it, do you? And it just works.
And because of the colours, you've got your naturals that go so beautifully with the cork, and the cork is on the show as well today with the pattern and the and 3 of those, the colours will vary, and the little tassels so that you can make these. You know, and how great do they look? When we are finally allowed out, I'm going out with one of these.
I don't blame you.
Like, for sure. And the really beautiful thing is that when you open it up, and I've chosen to use a zip that picks out the colours that are in there, but it's just as much fun on the inside because you can do that with Kaffe fabrics. And it means that you've got that element of fun as soon as you open up the bag.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
But keeping with scraps. So, you know, you will do your larger projects. Of course you will. And we will demo this one at some point. But what if you've just got a tiny little bit left? Well, we're going to make a glasses case. So it's a little gift that you can make for someone or keep for yourself. And it's using a flexi frame.
Yeah.
So it just snaps shut. You've got one over there as well, haven't you? And it's just using your scraps.
Okay, now we do have details. This is how you can get, of course, the flexi frame. You get the pattern as well. I've got another one of these here as well. We're just showing you a picture of exactly what you get in there. What a lovely little project again, and only $9.99, 896800. And just to show you another version, it's exactly the same pattern. We've got the flexi frame at the top again, you can see there. But look, using some of the feathers, beautiful, gorgeous. absolutely gorgeous.
And the beautiful thing is you've got so many different colours throughout the collections that you can pull any colour out. You can emphasise any colour. That lining fabric is exactly the same fabric, both sides, but you look...
You wouldn't think it, would you?
But when you look at it on the top of both ones, one top pulls out the purple if it's shut, and you show it the other... Yeah, one that's going to pull out the green, and it sort of echoes the eyes and the feathers. And then if you spin it around, that pulls out the purple that is further up. Yeah, there you go. So it's the colour. Kaffe is about colour. Yeah. The Kaffe Fassett Collective is so about colour, pulling out the ones that you absolutely love. So the very first thing that you're going to do is cut, and this is a beginner make. This is such an easy beginner make. Okay. So 1, 2 outer pieces, 1, 2 lining pieces, and I'm going to use a fusible fleece. Okay. So I always save my offcuts when I've made a bag or something like that, and I've got a whole box of just offcuts, and I rifle through and I find it. You could use offcuts of your fleece of whatever you've got, but it just needs to, you need to be able to fuse it somehow. So if you don't have H640 is a fusible fleece. You can see the little dots there, and that is just little glue dots that then melt as soon as I apply heat.
Lovely stuff.
If you don't have anything like that, then you can always spray-based offcuts of your wadding from where you've done a quilt or something like that. So it's just something to protect your eyewear. That's what we're looking at. Okay. And actually, when I came in and Dougie, our doorman here, he said, "Oh, what are you making tonight, Tash?" And I said, "Oh, I'm doing a glasses case." "Oh, don't suppose it would be good enough for a man, would it?" And I went, "Well, actually, Dougie,
I don't suppose it would be good enough from our Dougie."
As in, you know, the colours is like, you know, it's always girls' stuff. And he said, and same with the masks, it's always girls' stuff for the masks. And I was like, do you know what, actually, with Kaffe, you absolutely can pick out fabrics that would be suitable for the men in your life.
You really can.
You really can. So, you know.
And do you know what, Dougie, if you're listening, I can tell you, everyone, male or female, is absolutely loving this, because when it comes to the full collection, 1/3 of the stock has gone. Yes, you heard it, 1/3 of the stock. On the one-day special, on the individuals, I believe the blue is still in the lead. Over 1/3 of the blue from the one-day special itself has also gone. We are extremely busy. Whichever way we look at this, we are busy. Okay, Natasha.
So just pressing this, I've gone with the tiny iron, so bear with me, this might take some time. But then once that is all applied, you are going to, on both the back and the front, put them right sides together. Okay.
Okay, lovely.
And you're going to measure down.
Now this is the teeth, isn't it? We have, in the 1/2 metre, we've got a different colour option with the teeth, but we've also got this one in the blues of the one-day special, or the full collection as well.
It's in there. Now, I want to do this. So coming down here, it's going to be 2.5, 2 5/8. So it's going to be that marker there, and I'm just going to mark off there and off there, and the same on here, because we're going to start stitching from that line. Okay, because we want to have a top flap that we'll be able to turn down.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're going to sew on this side. We're going to sew from there all the way round.
Okay.
On this one, I'm going to put a little mark on here, because this is what happens to me. I chat and then I forget I have to leave a turning through, and then I end up having to
you're
unpick.
certainly not on your own when you do that, Natasha. We see it happen so many times over.
So I've put in a thread that will hopefully show up for you, but 1/4 inch seam allowance. Across
the blue option, and Natasha is working with the blue option when it comes to the one-day special. 1/2 the stock now gone. Do you know, I'm not surprised. I think it's so difficult to choose, but actually those blues, because you've got the pinks in there, you've got the greens in there, you've got the purples, you've even got reds in there, you've got the black in there as well. Wow, it is stunning, isn't it? £34.49 if you're going for the one-day special. You have got 4 options, remember. £8 saving there. If you're going for the complete, which is at the bottom of the screen, you are carrying £8 from each option, so that's £32 carried over there, and then the extra £10 saving on top as well. We will bring those details back up. Many, many, many of you going for the full collection. I am not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are going for the full collection and doubling up on the blue, actually. You can do that. You can do that if you've got favourites in there. If you want the lot, but you want to double up on some, you can do it. 845816 is the item number if you're going for the full collection, and don't forget you can split that 3 ways. So anything else that you're popping into your basket, it might be the hardware that we've seen, it might be some of the half meters. You can split the cost there as well. Don't forget that. Now, we are so busy. I'm just hearing constantly updates of how busy we are. I can hear the machine rolling as well, so we'll get back to Natasha in a little while. But don't forget about those half meters. We have got them at the back of the studio. Of course, we'll have another look at those. $15.99 for any 2. You may recognise some of the designs from the one-day special or the collection. You may see those designs in different colours. You may see, do you know, well, there's all sorts there, but you know everything is going to work perfectly. Right, back to Natasha.
I'm just remembering to do you call me at a pivotal moment, my turning through gap. I've actually remembered, I'm giving myself a little pat on the back. It's small wins. But it's always a happy day when I actually remember. So round we go again, and it's one little stitch at a time as I get towards that end, so that when I twizzle that seam around, I'm going to go off at 1/4 inch again. And here we come racing up the side, up to that mark. And again, making sure you lock that stitch off. Now, my machine's fab. Well, our machine.
I know, I've
because you've got the same one.
I love it.
It's great because it's got that stitch in one point, and it does that. But if you've only got like a backwards and forwards function on it, I learnt on a 60-year-old Singer sewing machine that had straight stitch, zigzag, and you had to flip something to go backwards. That was it.
Yeah.
So every machine, and sometimes on my YouTube shows, I'll switch back to an ancient machine to show that everything is possible. And that's always, whatever the level, don't think, oh goodness, you can only do it because you've got a fancy schmancy machine. We're very lucky, but it's not the be all and end all. Right, next thing. We're going to put right sides together, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to match them up. So pop one out the way, pop that there, and then just pin them there and there. Flip it, and you want to pin the other side as well. Now, you're going to stitch both of the flaps.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start, and if you want to, pop a pin to just show you where that was or anything like that, we're going to start from, on this side it's easy because it's marked, we're going to start from there.
Okay, yeah.
And we're going to stitch the side that hasn't been stitched.
Right, got it.
Okay, but just one.
Okay, not 2 together, make sure you keep them separate.
No, else you're never going to get your sunglasses in.
No.
Then, do you remember those things with ribbon in that used to flip down?
Yes.
That's what that reminds me. So then you're going to go on exactly the same other side and stitch round.
Okay, got it.
Okay, got it? Make sure you flip this well out of the way, as far out of the way as you can.
If you do slightly overstitch, you can just unpick,
unpick.
can't you?
Your unpicker is your friend, always. Honestly, the minute that anybody decides to sew, I really think they should be given an unpicker, because the number of times when I started that I felt like I was rubbish, I couldn't sew, I was such a failure, because I had to unpick stuff, I'd done something wrong, I'd put things right sides together and they should have been wrong sides, or whatever it was. Whereas actually, the more you sew, the more you realise that everybody does it, and there's no shame in it.
Well, it's the old saying, isn't it? And it works again. It's you learn by your mistakes.
Or if you're me, you just keep making them because you chat too much. I mean, I'm not professing I'm ever going to grow out of them. I just, if I'm not concentrating, it's happened again. So it's fine. I'm comfortable with it. So we go in the other side. We get there in the end. But that's the thing. I used to cause myself unnecessary stress thinking everything had to be perfect. And the number of unfinished items that I had because I thought everything had to be perfect, and it really didn't. It really didn't. And now I would rather something was slightly imperfect but finished.
Yeah, that's,
Than
do you know, that's a really good point
sitting
to
in
make,
a basket
actually.
waiting to be done. And
Yeah,
don't get
what
me
use
wrong.
is it there?
Well, it isn't. And the thing is, you've invested in this fabric because you love it. So don't let it sit in a UFO pile. We all know what UFOs are, right?
Unfinished objects.
Yeah. Sitting there gathering dust, or because it's no good there. And these fabrics need to be out and enjoyed because they give such joy. For me, that's
so true.
Seriously the thing with the Kaffe Fassett collective is the absolute joy that they bring. And whenever I'm around them, they just have this most incredible energy and knowledge and love, and just they're just amazing. And so for me, they are inspirational, so inspirational. I'm just cutting the edges, by the way, because we want to have, I'm being quite careful not to actually snip my stitching, but it's just going to give it a crisp edge.
Wonderful.
I've tried to be organised today.
I've got to say, you look very organised. I love your little trolley you've got there. That's
I brought
really
my trolley
handy.
from home because it's generally the guess what Natasha's forgotten this week show. And
just bring the whole lot with you.
I'll just bring my workroom basic.
Actually, that's a
with
really
me.
good. I might have to pinch that idea. I've got a trolley like that. I never thought of using it for my
it with
sewing
you.
needs.
Bring it with you. So now we've got this going
Got
on.
wings.
Yeah, I mean, hours of entertainment, or turn it through. When you turn through, top tip, go to the very furthest point and start from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Just as we're watching you do that as well, Natasha, just to say it's still extremely busy out there. In fact, when it comes to the full collection, it's extremely busy. If you want to go, of course, for the project that Natasha's making, you get the pattern and you get the flexi frame as well. Half the stock has gone. Remember, if you're going for any of the fabrics, whether it's one day special, full collection, the half meters, you can use any of them for this project as well. When it's gone on this one as well, so don't hesitate to check those baskets out. 896800. Oh, right. Oh, we're going to check to see. I don't know whether we have got more or not. We're going to find out. That was me just jumping in there. I thought, but we don't know. We've got to check. Right, with the blue option of the one-day special, this is exactly what Natasha's working with now. Oh, very busy. Over half of the stock has gone. That's on the blue option. That's the one-day special. Of course, you're getting that in the full collection. So if you just want a particular bundle here, remember you're getting 10 US fat quarters. If you want the blue particularly, I would be very, very quick on that one. Dispatch from the 4th of April. Okay, how are we getting on?
Well, it just takes a little bit of time going into every single corner and just easing out. I, for many years, have, just grabbed whatever was to hand and often just gone through my fabric because I've grabbed a pair of scissors thinking, it's the point, it'll be quite, no. If you can get your hands on a little something like that, it just helps ease everything out, but it's not going to go through your fabrics, but it does help ease everything out. And then when you're done doing that turning through gap, just press the seam over. You can hand stitch it. If you have time and you love to hand stitch, you go for it. Guess what? I don't. And again, there's that basket, that pile of unfinished items because there's a bit of hand stitching needs doing. I know. So I decided when I started Natasha Makes, I decided, right, I am no longer going to do that. And if it means that I'm going to machine top stitch, that's what I'm going to do. Because then at least it's going to be used. And how often are you going to reach into the very bottom of there?
Well, that's the point. Nobody who's going to be inspecting that to see if you've hand stitched it or machine stitched it, are you?
And you know what? If they do.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I know that people have been a bit bored in lockdown, but really, come on. So, yeah, I've just decided that a finished project is better. This isn't finished yet. What we are then going to do is, it's just so beautiful though, isn't it?
It
Absolutely
really is.
beautiful. Is fold that over.
Oh, nice.
By an inch. So then you start to get, and I love the shark's teeth with the feathers, because for me it echoes what's in there, and it's just gorgeous. So I'll, you know, if I'm going to be really posh about it, then I might even go, oh, yeah.
It's quite strange as well, Natasha, because when I went through those half metres in the back and we got to the shark's teeth, I thought, I see exactly why it was called that, because it looks like shark's teeth.
Right,
but when you, of course, put those fabrics with other things and you maybe only see it turning like that, it wouldn't even cross your mind. No. It looks completely different because, as you said, they echoes, you know, the patterns, the designs that you're seeing in the other fabrics as well. So they're like chameleons, really, aren't they, these pieces of fabric?
We call them blenders because they blend with what is going on around them. And whilst you've got, you know, the big showcase pieces, you know, the real showstoppers, do not overlook things like the damask flowers, because actually that orange damask is such a useful blender. And because Kaffe puts elements of purple and orange and that bit of brightness in so many, if you just have a little touch of that, it pulls the brightness.
Yeah. Oh, I can see.
So any of those, they're really easy to overlook because it's just two tones, isn't it? You know, whereas everything else has got so much colour, but don't overlook them because they are your friend. They give your eye that rest to then appreciate. It's like when some restaurants will give you a glass of water or something in between your starter and your main to clear the palate. And it's like that. It's giving you time to go,
I like
okay.
That. That's a good way of thinking about it, actually.
Well, they are the unsung heroes, you know. They're like a good piece of underwear. They allow everything else to look fantastic. And but so, you know, so lots of people will use them in their own right, especially if colour is a little bit daunting. Yeah. Then it will be like, oh, okay, so this is, like, this might be your first foray into the wonderful world of the Kaffe Fassett collective. Or you might just be looking at it going, and I did. The first time I looked at it, I didn't understand it at all. And I just looked and went, wow, but what? Yeah.
Do you know, it's a little bit like, we often say in the papercraft, don't we, we're frightened of white space. We see these big pages in the journals and we're frightened of that white space. But once you get over the fear, that's it, you're away with it. It's almost the opposite with the fabrics. You kind of see the brightness, the colours, the bold patterns, and it's don't quite know where to start with that. And as Natasha's just said, once you work with that, once you get over that fear, then you're away with it. While I'm here as well, I'm just going to let everybody know, when it comes to the full collection, oh my goodness, almost 40% of the stock gone. When it comes to, is it the blue one still in the lead? The blue one, 60% of the stock has now gone in the one-day special. I'm just going to very quickly go through those options. So obviously the blue we're looking at now. So 60% of the blue gone when it comes to the option in the one-day special. Next we have emerald. Obviously you've got the greens there, but you've got so much more besides as well. 20% of the stock has gone there. Just stunning. Then we have, the Tropical Illusion. I'm just very quickly just going to peel away this one again because you need to see that flower. I'm so sorry. I've just got to reveal these. Look at this one. Oh, that is one of my all-time favourite fabrics that I'm looking at here actually now. I think I'm just drawn to everything about it. So you've got your tropical there, and then 20% of the stock gone there. We've got the fuchsia. Over 20% of the stock gone there as well. That's just in the one-day special. Remember, you've got an £8 saving. Regardless of what option you're going for, you get an £8 off. You've got 10 of those US fat quarters there. You are carrying over £8 from each of those options. So that's £32 in total if you're going for the full collection, plus another £10 on top as well. And you can split it 3 ways. Remember, you've got that flexi. So 3 payments are £42.66. Anything else you're adding in, you can also split the cost. 845816 is the item number. If you want to put some of the pick and mix in, you can do that. You can go with a full collection, split the cost. Any 2 half meters, you can go for 2 the same, you can go for 2 completely different ones. You decide, it is your choice. Now, I would expect we might start to see some of these disappear as we go through the shows, but at the moment, you've got the full choice there. So choose wisely, make sure you get everything that you want at this point, so you do not miss out and you're not disappointed. So many to choose from. Great prices as well, amazing prices. Right, back to you, Natasha.
Okay, so all we've done is top stitch along both sides. I went a bit wobbly on one of them when you went 40% or something. I was like, what? So ignore the wobble. It's fine. No one will notice. And it's only because I'm working on a contrasting thread. This is a flexi frame. They are fabulous. Some people are scared because they look a bit weird and they've not worked with them before, and that's absolutely normal and fine.
Okay.
So you've just created a channel to put that through. So take the pin out.
I didn't realise it was so easy to put that in there.
That's what I say, it's a beginner make.
Well, I know you did, but and I believed you, but I still think this is so much easier than I ever
just
anticipated.
Push that down and then line up the 3, push them through, push
Brilliant.
that through. Right now, all you've got to do is echo with that straight, but you've got to turn it into a curve somehow.
Okay, yeah.
So I've got some jewellery pliers.
Perfect.
Okay, and I'm just going to, because it's quite a big curve at the top and I want to sort of emulate that as I can. So push it across and just angle it in.
Quick as that, and it looks very, very neat indeed.
And what you've got, and you can spin those around so that they sit flush in there. And then that
Amazing. And I've got to say, we're very busy when it comes to the
go.
flexi frame and the pattern as well. 3/4 of the stock has gone. Do you know how quick that was? Great beginners project, as you say, very easy.
For sure.
Don't miss out on your flexi frame with the pattern, of course. You can use that pattern again. I'm sure you'll be able to get hold of more flexi frames at some point. £9.99 is the price, 896800 is the item number.
Fit your wraparound glasses that don't go flat, like these glasses go flat, they fit in fine, but you see those wraparound ones that are in the photo, some people use, you know, that have those, they don't fit in other ones.
They'll go in there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Even better then. Oh, Doug, if you're watching,
get your sewing machine out.
Now, we've got some books as well. We're going to let Natasha get ready for another demonstration, but we do have some fantastic books for you. The first one we're going to look at, of course, it's one of Kave's books. We've got Quilts in the Cotswolds. Shall we have a little bit of a flick through this? I don't like to give too much away. Well, first of all, look at the front cover. Wow.
All of these books are like coffee table books in the front, and you generally have 19 or 20 quilts, and they're beautifully shot by Debbie Patterson, who is a phenomenal photographer, and she keeps Brandon and Cave absolutely in check. She's a mother of boys, she understands, but she gets the job done, and it's just stunning. She used to photograph food, and so when Cave needed a new photographer, when Steve, his previous photographer, couldn't work with him anymore, then he was really worrying about who he would use as a photographer. And Debbie came along and he saw one of her pieces with a piece of garlic and another bright colour, and he was like, yes, this lady will understand how I work.
And there's Cave.
Yeah. So, and Brandon, peeping out, and this is why.
Just spotted
yeah. Cheeky Brandon, and this is why, you know, Debbie has to keep him in check, because you'll always have Brandon up to something, which is always reflected in his fabrics.
Beautiful boat and those quilts.
And then in the back you get
I'm not going to show any more, it'll spoil it.
But you get all of the patterns for them.
Yeah.
So with all of the how-to, the everything that you need, fabric-wise, instructions, the lot, so that you can make every single quilt in that book, plus your templates.
Amazing.
And that's the format for all 3 of those books.
Amazing. Right, so that's the first one. So if you want to go for that one, 720982. There is a £3 saving there as well. Now the next one, Quilts in Burano. So let's have a look at this again. The colours, you'll recognise the fabrics as well throughout these books, I'm sure. Some of them I've just spotted because we've got them on today's show as well. Wow, look at these. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, wow. So I'm presuming the same principle then. So you've got those gorgeous images at the front, and then we've got the projects as we go through.
For these, the Quilts in series, and it's going to be Quilts in Lavenham, it's Quilts in Suffolk this year.
Oh, lovely.
Suffolk or not? Yeah, Suffolk, isn't it? That's what we've got coming up this year, which they will launch in August, September. But each one is just so beautiful. And Burano is a little island just off Venice.
Yeah.
And each of the fishermen's cottage, it's keeping up with the Joneses in terms of colour. So of course, when Kaffe went there, it was phenomenal for him. And yeah, so that's his latest one. So that was the one that came out last year.
Another £3 saving there, 363,207. And then the final one we've got for you today is Quilts in America. So I'm expecting quite a different colour scheme here then. And you can see very sort of natural colours in this one. You've still got your brights, but there's a lot more earthy tones in here as well.
Well, what he did was he went back to look at very, very traditional quilts, and that's what he found. These are his take on quilts that are in one of the museums, and this is his take on giving it a fresh new look. But what I love about this is that you've got quite a lot of masculine quilts. So if you're making, say, for someone that's off to university and that you want to give them a bit of comfort, take from home, then this is absolutely perfect. And it's beautifully historical as well. It's really lovely.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There you are, another £3 saving on that one. So again, £21.99, 207302. Now, I've just got to update everybody on the one-day special as well. On the blue option, 70% of the stock has gone. This is the launch show, remember. Very, very busy across the board. Of course, the blue is part of the full collection as well. The complete collection, we're going to give you an update as well. Whoa, half the stock of the complete has gone. Remember, with the complete, you are getting 40 US fat quarters. So you're getting every single one of those options. That's the fuchsia. You've got the tropical there. I'm really quite drawn to the tropical now, you know, as well. I'm kind of being drawn that way a little bit more.
Neon and black and white.
Yes.
That was what I went with. When I was putting those together, I was like, yeah, that'll be the one.
Love it. Then the emerald, of course, beautiful greens in there with the purples, the oranges, the browns, all those blues, every colour you can think of. And then, of course, the blue that is so, so popular. And the flexi buy on the full collection. Remember, you're carrying £8 from the fuchsia, £8 from the tropical, £8 from the emerald, £8 from the blue. Put that all together, that's £32. And we're giving you another £10 off on top of that, splitting it 3 ways. And that will give you your flexi payments there. 845816 is the item number. There we are, 42.66. That's all you need to pay now. Another in a month's time, a month after that. There you go. Just a reminder of the date for dispatch, which is the 4th of April, which isn't far away at all. Right, you look busy again, Natasha. What are you up to?
Okay, so I like to bring you my latest patterns when I come on. And so my latest is called Natasha's Bamboo Bathroom.
Oh.
Okay. Bamboo is a beautiful substance to work with. It's very ecologically sound because it's one of the fastest growing plants out there.
Yeah.
So, you know, it grows so fast and it's great. It's super absorbent. You know, it's known for being antibacterial and all of those things, which is why and absorbent, which is why it's used for nappies, you know, reusable nappies and things like that. My son had reusable bamboo nappies throughout and they were absolutely fab. But they're also fabulous for hair wraps and around the bathroom, for babies toweling, all of those kinds of things. They're absolutely perfect. And for me, obviously, we have heavy TV makeup, right? There's a lot going on and it can be, and you can get through a lot of cotton wool buds, and of course that's not always great for just throwing away. So I just wanted to show you some quick, really easy makes, which means that, again, use your scraps. We'll do big projects tomorrow, but use your scraps to make things in the bathroom that you're going to use and wash and use and wash. Yeah, so it's got a cashmere feel to it.
It really has. I've just touched that, actually. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you are getting the instructions. So Natasha's bamboo bathroom set, you can see the instructions there. Then you've got the choice of those different colours there. So we've got white, we've got the ivory, we've got silver for you, we've got grey.
Is right at the end. Yeah.
And blue.
And teal.
And teal.
Or,
yes.
Yes, there's your teal.
Have we got a teal? hopefully we've got a teal there.
You can have a teal.
Well, if it's not there, we'll find it, because you can have a teal. We've just heard it from Natasha. Absolutely gorgeous. Do you know, I'm working with some yarn at the moment, which is a bamboo cotton, and it is beautiful to work with.
It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. And when I use it to as wadding for my quilts as well, because again, sustainable, ecologically sound, all of those sorts of things, but incredibly warm as well. It's such a beautiful substance. So I'm going to grab the closest one, which is the white. And I'll just show
as you're
you
grabbing that, of course, details on the screen. If you want to go for those $19.99, of course, you are getting the pattern. Remember, one of those choices there. We've heard it. Teal should be also included. 349201 is the item number. We'll have a look into that. Just, I don't know that it's there on the website at the moment, so you might have to wait until tomorrow for the teal, but there's plenty more to look at there. We'll try and sort that out as soon as possible.
Okay, so things that you're going to be able to make. So with the 2-inch strip binding, hair wrap. So just pop it on, do your makeup. Keeps it out of your face so that you don't get makeup in your hair as you're doing it. But it means that you can use a 2-inch strip. And so it also means that if you're making for different members of the family, they're not going to argue over whose is whose, because you can use a different colour for each person. Bathroom mitts, if you want to put a little of elastic. Your kit will come with a couple of basically elastic bands, which if you cut in half and pop into there.
Okay, lovely.
So it's not that any of these are difficult, it's just that it gives you the dimensions and everything that you need. Hair wrap.
Oh, nice.
So bamboo, so it's super absorbent and soft on your hair. So you get out the shower. There's two ways of doing it. You can either, I put it on like this, and this is my one, so it's, you know, it's what I can, and then wrap your hair round and tie it at the front.
Oh, you've got a little button. Oh, what a great
And it comes
idea.
with two mother of pearl buttons, or you can do it the other way around, and you can have your head upside down if you want more volume.
Come undone and twist it and fall off your head at all.
No.
Love it.
That is how. I mean, my daughter has got very long hair, and she's only 2, but she's got. But that fits everybody, because you just keep twisting it until it gets there. And then also in here, so we're going to do the makeup, the reusable makeup washes, and then so you've got in the instructions, you've got. It's just the cutting, it's just getting the sizings right. That's all there is. This is your template for your makeup things in there. But again, use your scraps. You've also got all of your details so that you can do your baby bamboo towel in there as well. So all of that is in there. So there's lots of different projects. So you don't have to make them all, pick and choose what you want. But like I say, you're also going to get the bands and what have you. But it just means maybe you want to choose different bamboo colours to go for different members of your family. It just stops those bathroom arguments.
No, I totally appreciate that.
I know. So, first thing you're going to do is cut some circles. I've got a circle cutter, lucky me. If you don't, you've got the template in there. Okay. Yeah. So no excuses. You've got the template that you can then just turn around and, you know, cut out a few, do whatever. I have been using these rather than cotton wool buds now for over a year. Just throw them in the wash basket and they wash.
My sister uses something like this as well, which is wonderful. You're working still with the blue, aren't you? I'm just going to let everybody know, 80%.
Before it sells out. That's right.
80% of the blue for the one-day special has now gone. It's so popular. It's still in the complete, of course. We won't take it out of the complete for you, but if you're going individually, 80% of the blue gone. It is going to go. It's not going to last, that's for sure. Not for 24 hours.
No, it's not, and with good reason. It is stunning, and blue is always the first that sells out. It's kind of everyone's peaceful, safe colour, I think. You know, it's just one of those ones. So then you're going to cut again another circle out of your this time out of the bamboo, and you can see you've got 2 sides to the bamboo. So you've got the lovely soft side there.
Yeah.
And then you've got a more woven side on the back. So it's up to you, you know, which one you want to use. I've got some with both. So if I want to take more off, then I'll go with that side. If it's just to put like a toner on or something, then I'll go with the softer side. But I mean, it's semantics really. It's super soft either which way. Also, if you've got my bib instructions, this bamboo makes a beautiful backing for the bibs.
Okay.
And I have to say, I mean, this is one of my daughter's bibs, and that's her curry bib, because it's a Kaffe Fassett fabric. It's got all the colours and it just hides curry so well.
I love that.
And I trot this out every time because it's washed and worn and washed and worn and washed and worn. But with the bamboo, again, when they need a quick mop up,
yeah,
it's beautifully
perfect,
soft.
of course.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to frighten you, Natasha,
How fast have I got to
we
sew?
have got left sewing time or demo time. Well, just under 5 minutes.
Easy.
Ah, the blue's approaching limited stock as well. Ooh, will it last to the end of this hour, let alone the 24 hours?
Right, okay, it's all good, because all you're going to do is sew 1/4 inch around the edge. Okay.
Okay. I'm scared to touch you in case you need a turning point. Do I have to remind
I
you
will
of that?
need a turning through gap. It's okay. It's okay. Now you'll take your time and do this really accurately and work your way around the circle. But you know, I'm feeling Catherine's fear of will she get this done before the end of the show. So I just. When I say these are super easy and quick, you have absolutely no excuse not to have these in your life. And then turn it through. And because there's a little bit of stretch and give in that bamboo, you don't even need to do all the clipping that you would normally do with circles.
Oh, so no sort of notching into the seam?
No, none of that.
Yeah, I would stock up on the bamboo, the cotton bamboo, and then all my scraps I would be using just to make so many of these and gift them. They'd look lovely, just together with a ribbon and a nice bow tied together.
You know, and also great for teenagers. You know, if there's one thing that teenagers love a bit of, it's makeup.
Yeah.
But what goes on has to come off, right?
Exactly.
So
and rather on these than on the bed sheets.
Well, do you know, that's just it. So now all you want to do is just tuck that seam under.
Oh, I believe, are we limited stock on the blue? We're blue limited stock in the 1 day special. Check those baskets out if that's what you're after. Seriously, it has gone so quickly, so quickly.
Top stitch around.
Okay.
And you're done.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Do you know, we're going to time this perfectly, aren't we?
So, you know, when I say you've got absolutely no excuse not to use your scraps, not to just to use these, and it uses such a tiny amount. Again, what I would say is have a look at all of the patterns, pick your bigger projects out, you know, your hair wraps and things like that. Take those out, cut the fabrics for those, and then just get gradually smaller, and you'll be amazed how much you can get out of a £1/2 metre. On my website I do it, you know, you can buy a metre if you want to do like the hair towel, but you know, there was only so much we can bring on a show at one point. So, but that, give it a quick press.
Quick again.
And that's it. And how beautiful to have in the bathroom as well.
Yeah.
And if you there are so many colours with Kaffe that you could do a complete rainbow just out of your scraps, and it's just beautifully soft. And none of mine have any stains on from my makeup, from my eye makeup. I use these for my eye makeup. I've got a little tub of coconut oil. I rub these around in the coconut oil and it takes my eye makeup off, no problem at all.
Amazing.
And so it's fab, but look at how pretty those are just to have in your bathroom.
They absolutely are beautiful, aren't they? Oh, thank you, Natasha.
My pleasure.
We are almost at the end of the first hour. I'm just going to give you a reminder of the options for the 1 day special. So the fuchsia, first of all, over 1/4 of the stock has now gone on the fuchsia. I can't show you all of these individually, but, well, you've seen, you know, if you're looking at the designs, if you're looking at the feathers, the beautiful florals, I must just reveal that again there. Look. Oh, I love those, absolutely gorgeous. I love the buttons as well, I really do like those. But that's your fuchsia. Then we've got Tropical Illusion. Let me just reveal a little bit of 1 or 2 of these as well. Oh, the more I look at this one, the more I'm loving this as well. Oh, the yellows, the greens, the turquoises, the pinks. Then you've got the black in there as well. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's your Tropical Illusions. Then we have the emerald. Again, so many different colours here. The purples and the greens work so beautifully together. You've got the reds, the oranges, the blues. Oh, it just goes on, doesn't it? So that's your emerald option. And then finally, the blue. You know that though, because we are very, very limited. You are absolutely loving this. I don't think this is going to still be here at 8 o'clock. Make sure you grab yours now. We will make sales in between as well. If you cannot choose, if you really can't choose, or you just think, "Do you know, I'll just love them all," carry the £8 from each of those options. That's £32 carried over. Another £10 on top. You can have the whole lot over Flexi, and over half the stock has gone. 845816 is the item number. Do take another look at those half meters as well. Look at the bamboo. Look at everything we've got. Check those baskets out. Don't forget, if you buy in anything from the show, you're automatically entered into that prize draw. Natasha, thank you so much. We're back at 8 o'clock.
Absolute pleasure. I'll see you then.
Make it a date. Come back soon.